Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everybody, and welcome to today's overview on video marketing, video content, and video social media. Coincidentally, you are probably watching this as a video, and so I decided I was going to show my face for a few quick moments before we dig into the chapter on video content. A really quick overview on all of this. Video content, in terms of creating it, is not nearly as difficult as you may be led to believe. Video content is something that you can consume through a myriad of ways online. However, it is, interestingly enough, something that can be done from the comfort of your own home. You could do it on a computer like what I'm doing here. You can do it on your phone. You could even do it in some other way, any way that you can record yourself or whatever it is that you are trying to do video with. Over the last couple of years, I have changed my personal opinion on how video marketing is best done. And to me, video marketing, video content as a something to promote specifically on social media is something that is best done authentically and done in line with what is best for the brand, either professionally or personally, that is putting it out there. What that means is there are some times when a highly produced, edited effects type video is best. A movie trailer, for example, that always needs to be highly produced, well done. You think about the movie trailers that go viral, like anytime that there's a new Marvel movie or show or anything that's going to be out new on Netflix, like that's going to have to be produced and really well done. However, on the other hand, if you are trying to put something out for yourself and you're maybe doing a video that is sharing maybe a new product for a grassroots brand, a lot of small businesses in the area are trying to promote something like whether it's retail or a service or a restaurant or something. Those can be essentially selfie videos done on a phone or done through kind of like what I'm doing here with my microphone. They can be so-called low quality or low production value because people don't ultimately care about that when they're watching something from that type of brand. The perception, on the other hand, when you're watching something created by Disney or from a major network that already does that kind of stuff, you're expecting some substantial production value. But if you're watching something new from a brand or a small business, um, if you see that production value, it almost decreases your perceived value and the authenticity of the video. Rather, when you see somebody outside taking a photo from a phone, or they have their they're wearing their earbuds and they're talking into the little mic that comes on the earbud wire, that is much more realistic and thought provoking, and you believe that you are seeing and hearing the real, true, authentic self coming out there in full force. So I just wanted to share that to begin. When you think about video that you don't need to do and spend tens of thousands of dollars. I've been on both ends of this. I've been the client, I have been the producer, I've been the person just doing quick little selfie videos. And I can tell you, standing here today in 2022, it really doesn't matter, because as long as you're creating a video that is real, that's real to the brand and is staying true to the brand that you're creating it for, your production value ultimately does not, I don't want to say it ultimately does not matter, but as long as it is staying true to the brand, it doesn't. And so that's where I want to start today's content in terms of video marketing. And then we're not going to go over a ton of the textbook today. I am going to go through a bit of chapter 5 on video content, and just scrolling through some of the pages, similar as what I have done recently with the others. So I'll go ahead and share my screen here and stop my video so that I can turn and face the screen here. So There's only 5 sections in this chapter, and when I set out to create this, I wanted to share a ton of examples of videos from a lot of different forms. And it starts early from the rise of video marketing in the 90s, with the viral videos, all the way to today when people use the words going viral pretty much on a daily basis. And I've kind of thrown this idea around, and I would like to get your input if you are interested. I have never done a podcast before, and we will talk about podcasting soon. But I would like to know if there is an appetite for people to if people want to learn about the backgrounds of viral videos and what goes viral, either historically or currently. You could go all the way back to what I found as the first viral video, which was this dancing baby. You can watch it on your own. And it was really fascinating to see the background, like what went into it, why it was created. And this was actually created by a business, weirdly enough, to show how well that they could create graphics. Now, today you look at it, and it's not that great, but 25 years ago or whatever that was, very different. More than 25 years ago, almost 30 years ago. Now, I am interested to know from the audience if if that's something you would enjoy. 30 minutes on a viral video, the background behind it, potentially some quotes from people who were involved with it and what the public response was. While a lot of us have lived some of them, some of us have not, and I do think that for those of you who are old enough to remember a website called eBaum's World from the early 2000s, I know for me, that was as a high school / college student, that was all the rage. I mean, I would go to it every Tuesday when they would update it with new content. And that was essentially the hub for viral videos in the early 2000s. But if you'd be interested in hearing that in podcast form, would love to hear your feedback on that. But to wrap up the viral video thing, this is something that, like, going viral in general, this has popped up in the past, and I'm sure everybody has heard this term before, but going viral started with videos, and now it applies to much more. Going viral today is more of just a general term of when something gets seen by millions and gets shared, 100,000 times. But it really started in the mid 90s and was a rarity. It was only a couple times a year that you'd see a video go viral, until you got to the mid 2000s, and then things went kind of haywire. You'd see things like Charlie Bit My Finger, and when that individual talked about leaving Britney alone. I'm sure everybody remembers that. To the point where businesses were trying to go viral through more produced means. This video by Evan Longoria is a prime example where the shaving gel company Gillette they had a field, they had a stadium here in Major League Baseball. They created a video with some effects where Evan Longoria was interviewed by this young woman here, and there's a foul ball hit by the guy, and he turns around and catches it right as it's about to hit the camera. It seems like a viral video. Everybody talked about it as it was, and like, oh, this was real. Like, holy crap, this guy is incredible. Later on, it was revealed that it was actually staged, and it was built and put out by Gillette as a form of building their brand's awareness. I encourage you to watch the video. It's only, I think, a minute, 30 seconds. And it's really well done, but it's just a prime example of how I guess this would be considered how brands have done it right in terms of going viral, because later on you'll see other times brands could not do that well. Whereas, they tried to make it look authentic and raw and not a lot of production value. But that is kind of an idea of how viral videos have grown over the years, where at the beginning they were viral, and then in the early 2000s they became more common. Then in the early 2010s, I think this was created around then, when brands tried to get in on the action and they would try to plant viral videos, to today where there's something new that's going viral seemingly on a daily basis, whether that's a brand or not. Usually when a brand is involved in something going viral, it's not for a good reason. Sometimes it is. And sometimes brands can hop on to things like the Ocean Spray guy, the gentleman on the skateboard last year or 2 years ago, that went viral right at the onset of the pandemic. And when he's skateboarding, drinking some Ocean Spray, listening to Fleetwood Mac, it was something that was in what was it was not a serious brand placement for Ocean Spray, but Ocean Spray did very well to jump on that and capitalize on it in ways that a lot of other brands have not been able to do with viral videos where they've been included. That is mentioned both here and in the Essentials of Social Media Marketing textbook chapter on TikTok, I believe. And the way that I look at it here today is that for brands to successfully go viral, they really need to build a strategy just around video marketing in general, because going viral is not a legitimate strategy. That is something very important to understand. But by creating content that resonates with your audience, that plays well with the algorithm for where you're posting it, and something that will provide legitimate value, you can put yourself in a really good position. This is further reiterated um, through some social media content and content chapters in other textbooks. A couple really quick notes on technical specifications. Um, I am a big aspect ratio person, where I think you need to understand the aspect ratios more so than any other technical specification. Back in the day, TVs were 4:3, which was standard definition. These are your TVs with the knob and the antennas and the stand, back when the TV was the center of the room, and you see these videos and these photos from the 60s and 70s. Then as time went on and high def became a thing, widescreen as it was originally known, even before high def, 16:9 was the aspect ratio, and that is what YouTube generally uses today for their traditional videos. Not their shorts, we'll talk about those separately, but high def is 16:9. Again, that is 16 units wide and 9 units tall. Over here, 4 units wide, 3 units tall. Not quite square, close. Now today, most video is consumed on social media. The 9:16 aspect ratio, which is just the reverse of the 16:9, is what most people use to watch a video that will fill up their entire cell phone or smart device without having to turn it on its side. This is where TikTok lives. This is where Twitter videos live. And this is where YouTube shorts live. This is also where Instagram reels live. And well, I would say most social media videos live in this day and age. Conversely, you'd still have some 4 or 5 aspect ratio videos. These are generally older. Sometimes that they are converted to today's type of videos. And you see these sometimes on social media as well. These are by definition, standard definition. And they aren't really the norm anymore. The 16:9 format up here, that is still standard for a lot of YouTube videos. People will still turn their devices on their sides for the right videos. This video you're watching here today, also done in 16:9. I was considering doing this video in 9:16, but I figured I wanted to keep this short, which I think I'm already going to fail at, but I also didn't think there was a lot of value to it. You need to have a reason to do that. Jumping over to pre-recorded versus live, very important to know the differences between pre-recorded and live videos. This video, the Gandalf dubstep, I will talk about this in another clip later on. However, it's important to know the advantages of pre-recorded videos, how it's available on demand, you can edit it, how versatile it is compared to live video. Those advantages, not quite as many, but you can live stream, you can host a webinar. This, by the way, is one of my favorite webinars of all time. It is a great way to come up with new content forms and ideas and repurposing. If you have a chance, I highly recommend watching this. You can also turn a live video into a pre-recorded video. I mean, essentially what I'm doing right now and recording this is a quote unquote live video. You can engage an audience more, so you can see comments come through. Say you have a live video on TikTok or YouTube. You can do recording while you see the live comments come through. Then you can turn around and respond to those in real time. And then finally, you have talent spontaneity. You have people that talk about all sorts of different things. You have a lot of podcasters that will go live. This is where a site like Twitch is really well positioned, and a lot of people on TikTok will be very spontaneous when they are going live. This is an example of this guy up here. His name is Taron Armstrong. He does very well live. He can be kind of dull sometimes, but when he goes live, he's great. And that kind of wraps up that part. And then finally, we have video as a content strategy. I won't go into too much detail here because there's a lot of great examples and types. But just to let you know, there is a lot of really good ideas here, a lot of good types. You could look at the difference between primary and secondary content. But this is really one of the key words here, key statements. Videos are meant to make content easier to consume, not more difficult. Check these out. They're somewhat straightforward. I don't want to go into too much detail, but they will definitely be necessary to know as we go on, especially when to use video on social media. Thinking about the person in front of the camera, when to use full clips, how to use previews, and other content such as that. So that's an overview of video content. I will go into more detail as I talk about YouTube and TikTok in separate clips as well. So hopefully this is a good overview for you and you have learned a little bit about video content in general. And I will see you next time for my next videos on YouTube and TikTok.